Hey guys, George here, back at it again with the Route 1 podcast. I'm here with Harry and...
Damn you, George. Ryan.
And we're here again, back in the world of football, back at it again with another eventful week towards the end of the season, of at least English and most of Europe's football. So, as always, we're going to start off with a little tricky question. The question today is, who was the first ever team in the English Football League to win 3 top-flight titles in a row?
Oh, okay. It's a good one.
Good one. Yeah.
I was going to say Manchester United.
It's not Manchester United. It was before that. You guys look like you're not going to get it, so we'll just keep moving on. So, what's happening in football this week? And why is it Xabi Alonso becoming the Real Madrid manager? And we all didn't want that because we don't want Real Madrid to keep winning the Champions League every year.
Well, what done?
He got
so you drink quite hot.
Spilled me juice on me crotch.
Oh.
Speaking of spilling your juice on your crotch, Real Madrid. What we think is going to be happening over the next few years with them getting Xabi Alonso in?
I think they'll...
I think they'll be second best to Barcelona.
Of course, yeah. Harry thinks that.
He shouldn't have gone.
He shouldn't have gone? You just... No. Well, why do you think he shouldn't have gone to Real Madrid?
Banter club. That was on the wall in one of the language classrooms. It was all about English language and why different places have different like vocabularies.
Yeah.
And on the wall was banter club.
Banter club.
Along with bare peas and bruv. I didn't. Yeah, but it is a banter team. I mean, obviously, Bellingham has been sucking off Alexander-Arnold every time he plays for England, which is why he's gone there. Maybe Xabi Alonso's been part of that too. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on there.
You know Liverpool are trying to get Frimpong at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you think this might affect them getting Frimpong if Alonso's going over? No? No, you don't think Real Madrid are going to go for Frimpong?
Why would they? Why would they go for Frimpong?
Because
if they go for Frimpong, it's just the game's gone.
I mean, because they've got no... It's not like they're really strong defensively.
I'll put it here. I think La Liga, the quality of La Liga is a bit poor. I think Frimpong, with him being... I just think that he should come back to England. I feel like the 35 million release clause is not enough for Real Madrid to pay for him. So I think he'll come to England. Surely a player of that quality would seek Premier League, not La Liga.
Especially somebody who comes from like the City Academy and stuff like that, wanted to come back.
What's his nationality?
Dutch. It's Dutch, but like...
He could have played for England.
I think so, yeah.
Well, cool little fact about Frimpong, because obviously I might as well get one in there. Celtic will get some money from his next sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool little fact about him, he's actually quite good at football tic-tac-toe.
Wow. Have you played him, George?
About him?
No, but I've seen him play on other YouTube football.
Love that, Harry. I love that, Harry.
He does play.
I was going to say something else, but I feel like we'd get the podcast banned.
You can't comment on his race. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, because we're good. We don't do that. Anyway.
Does anyone want to hear my joke about Lukaku?
No, we do not want to hear the joke about Lukaku at the moment. The joke is that he has a massive penis. Anyway, speaking of massive penises, Mbappe is currently at Real Madrid, to keep it on topic. They're not doing well. They haven't invested in their defence at all. They've just been torn apart by Barcelona, might we add. as well.
All season long.
All
in
season
4
long they've been.
And you can blame it on the manager, but I feel that Real Madrid have just spent money on a load of individuals.
They've
So
not
like what
backed
PSG used to do. So they just buy individual players,
Yeah.
not really seek to make a team. But now PSG have gone away from that, built a team of players, not individuals.
Are
It's
they winning
worked.
the Champions League? Are they winning the Champions League?
I'd rather them win it than Inter because I
Really?
don't like.
He just
Yeah,
like
but
the elderly.
they've not. I need another team to have won a Champions League before Arsenal.
When was the last new Champions League winner?
City, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot that they won. Okay.
Not quite 1962, George.
If it helps, I watched. Do you know how I watched that game? I was in the crowd watching Metallica, and some guy at the front of the crowd was just like this with the City game. Oh, I was like, I'm really enjoying this, but City are winning a fucking Champions League, and I'm not happy. That was against Inter as well. We got to say, it's quite impressive that Inter have managed to get to two finals in 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
Especially for the fact that nobody has thought that they're going to get anywhere near it either of the times.
Both times, yeah.
Hey, last time didn't Lukaku make an incredible last minute
Save
goal line block?
For Inter, yeah. He stopped the ball going in, which means that Man City won the Champions League.
I like Lukaku.
I like Lukaku.
That was some analysis, by the way, George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. There's a reason they call me the analynator.
Jesus Christ.
You banged that. You banged that.
Ryan, now's the time to whip your laugh out.
Gosh, I feel like we've derailed already. So, final is in, I don't even remember, in Munich, and every single time there's been a Champions League final in Munich, do you know what's happened?
What?
There's been a brand new team win the Champions League. Every single time. Dortmund,
So you're telling me
Chelsea.
PSG have to win it?
I'm telling you, it's fate. I feel like PSG are going to win it. Like, they have been the best team in the Champions League. Like, I don't think that's... Since the knockouts, they've absolutely demolished every team that they've come across, which is only English teams, but...
That's not... They beat Brest 10-0.
They did.
I personally think that Barcelona would have given them a better than what Inter will.
Well,
that's not biased at all.
Maybe, but like, if you think that, then maybe Inter will give them a good run of their money because they've beaten Barca. So you never know; it might just knock on, and they'll do the same thing that they did. Just manage to somehow outscore. As long as PSG don't score early and then suck the life out of the Inter fans.
Yeah, I would have liked, I don't know, I loved an English team in the final. Obviously, if Aston Villa made it, that would have been the greatest Champions League of all time. Just want to point that out there. But it sort of would have been sick to see Barca in there just to prove to Real Madrid fans that they're shit. Their fans are awful, by the way.
Real Madrid
fans. Generally, yeah, they are some of the worst fans in football. They just think that they like
Arsenal fans, but Real Madrid are it's just the worst. And I'm not saying I'm not being just Real Madrid biased because no offense, Harry, I'm not including you. I'm including the ones that we see on the internet. But Barca fans are pretty bad as well. But they are they somehow make Barca fans look not as bad. I'm not including Harry. Harry's a good lad.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Harry.
Yeah, fuck you.
You're awful.
I see a beautiful red button on my phone right now.
No, at least stay for my
Yeah.
keep
We-
bench self.
We're just
Good one.
saying that it's one of those ones where I feel like the club gets a bit tainted purely because
Yeah.
the fans. And then the worst thing is that the club just more and more starts to act how the fans act, and it's like you don't get that with Barcelona. Like you still get the shitty kind of same group as fans. It must be like Spanish fans, coming across and being like that, and it's just. But Real Madrid acts like it as well. They put out bad press for the referee, or they complain about everything. Whereas Barca doesn't seem to do that, and I respect them for it.
Or not send the entirety of the squad to the Ballon d'Or because Vinny's not going to win it.
Yeah, no, you've just. It's not even the fact that Vinny's not winning it. They took away from Bellingham as well.
Yeah.
Which isn't fair.
Yeah. He didn't deserve it that season anyway.
No, I don't think. And
Seen,
he's done worse than
have you seen
Anthony this season. So
I was going to say, I was just about to comment on that. A little Anthony pitch for today. Yeah, in less games, Anthony's got better in both goals and assists than Vinicius Junior.
in just the La Liga as well. Like that's not even overall.
Just the league.
He might
Overall,
be the greatest La Liga player of all time.
Fuck you, Messi. Fuck you, Ronaldo.
No.
It's Anthony. It's fucking Anthony.
Anthony, the GOAT. The greatest of all time. He's no Anthony. All I'm saying is, do you remember when Ronaldo went to celebrate with his idol and they were just both like... It's perfect. And you were saying earlier about having an English team in the Champions League final. Well, we've outdone ourselves because we've got 2 English teams in a European final. In one European final, 3 over the 3 finals. It's the most depressing final of the year, the Europa League final. It's
not depressing. Oh.
It's a fight to the death. It's a literal. This match sells our entire.
Whoever wins. The thing is, if Spurs, I think this season is the season where football just sort of flipped itself, became like normal in a way. Yeah. It's weird, but you know, Real Madrid have done poor. Everyone loves to see that. You know, a group of youth academy graduates have won them to everything, and done better in Europe. So
Liverpool
fair play.
Actually won a title.
In it, City are dog shit. Spurs and United are probably where they should be, given that they've not spent. Well, Spurs have not spent any money, and United haven't spent any money in good places. And obviously let the GOAT go to La Liga.
I find the crazy thing is one of them is going to be in the Champions League next season.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And one of them could finish one place off relegation.
Imagine being 17th and getting it was like when Millwall turned up and it's like, yeah, sorry, we're getting in the UEFA Cup this year. 14th.
It's like when Wigan got relegated but won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Zach. We're going through the like EFL over the years, so we go back and you get all of them. And we went back to I think it was 2004 season, and it's just like you go Championship. These got promoted. Yep, cool. Midway through, 14th place, Millwall qualified for the UEFA Cup, and you're like, I love it. This is like I don't know how it's come to this. It's. I wish that they brought that back, that you'd get into the UEFA Cup. Well, man's been attacked by Lando Norris off screen. Oh my god.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I bashed me knee.
Man got so excited when we started to talk about Millwall that he's just gone and destroyed his knee.
I've bashed me knee.
Lads, this might be one of my worst podcasts ever.
Hey, at least you turned up this time, eh?
I've took a break for. I've like not been here for a few weeks. And now I'm back, and it's just...
Maybe you've got to be outside now. You've just got to be walking and in random places for it to work.
Biking till out.
Yeah, we should have done a podcast bike until well. That would have been eventful. The entire podcast was just us sat down looking at tractors.
Yeah.
Speaking of tractors, Ipswich, they've gone down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
How are we feeling about... Sorry, I'll let you go, Ryan. I'll let you go. I was jumping in.
Yeah, I really thought they might stay up. I wanted them to stay up. It's like another Luton, though. Like, they're the best out of... Then they shouldn't be the best, yet they're the best out of the teams that have come up.
Yeah.
And they actually tried. That's my point. Like, a lot of them just don't try, whereas you could actually see Ipswich cared and were
if there was any of them to go up, it was the same last year. Like,
it was like Luton last year, obviously. You could see that they were trying. Like, they were actually giving teams games. They were trying to stay up. And they nearly did it, to be fair. Obviously a lot better than Ipswich, but...
The Premier League's just better than it used to be. Like, Blackpool got almost 40 points. Blackpool had about the same amount of points that United have right now, and Blackpool went down.
Is it better than it used to be, or is there more money than there used to be?
Well, the more money,
quality
wise,
yeah. But the more quality, there is more quality. Like, Nottingham Forest aren't just there. Like, obviously they've shoved off a little bit, but that's because they haven't got the depth. But they're not there because of luck or because other teams are doing worse. They're there because they're better. They've got a good manager and a good set of players.
Even teams like West Ham and who are now above Tottenham and Man United, down near the bottom end, have got world class players. Like, they've got Piqueta and
West Ham.
I think
Areola.
With what was just mentioned with Forest, they've not got that many new players in. It's just once you're in the Premier League and you can afford to buy those players.
But they brought in 26 players in that first season, didn't they? They brought in...
They bought 22 players.
Years ago wouldn't cost that much, and that's where I think it's the money. I don't think teams and like the quality is necessarily getting better. I think the Premier League hasn't got as many world-class players as it used to.
No, but I think the teams are better now. I know they've not got the world-class players anymore, but I think teams as a whole are just better. Like, maybe they've got rid of their top star, but the bottom line for a team's gone up.
Every game that you watch is better than last season. It's like every game, there isn't just a team rolling over someone else. It's... Unless there's like a red card or there's an injuries or something like that. Like, if everyone's got their full best squad out, every game is just battle. Both teams won it.
And I think,
obviously, at the start of the season, you had a lot of...
I agree. I think you can see games where it's just boring. It's pass around the back, and that's just boring. I wouldn't necessarily say every game's been better.
I do think that they've got... I think that it's a consistently higher quality though. Like Brentford, I think if you put them back 10 years, would finish. They'd be finishing top half like every season, you know. But this, I think, from Liverpool down to Palace this season, so down to 12th, are all bloody good. Like, I just think they're all equalising each other out. That's why there's not much of a gap.
The problem is, there's a few teams with managers that you just look at and you're like, what football are you actually trying to like? It's like West Ham. They've had this problem all season. They're bringing in managers where the football is just dull, and that's where I'd agree with you, Harry. Like, their football is just depressing, like genuinely depressing.
It's what you get.
It's just play it around the back until you can't, and then hoof it low. It's like, what are you trying to do there? It is boring sometimes, but like the good teams with the good quality managers, and there are a lot more of them now, they do play good football.
And then you've still got David Moyes putting in a shift. It's one of those ones where I feel like you could put David Moyes in any team in the Premier League, and he'd probably get you better off by just playing not crappy old football, if you know what I mean. Like your old, it worked 15 years ago, and it's always going to work, but it's never going to consistently get you top 5 football, if you know what I mean. But he does a job.
I'm just going to go back to what was just. I think the reason the gap's so close is because of a lack of quality. I think teams are lacking the consistency, and world-class players can play with consistency, whereas you're seeing teams drop in and moving around because of a lack of that, and that's where it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah, but I suppose that it makes the league itself more difficult because for like teams at Liverpool who haven't dropped
But that doesn't mean that there's an increase in quality. That means
I think the increase in quality makes it more difficult to be consistent because everybody else is good. So I think it's more level as a playing field than it used to be.
I just think that some of the players. I think other leagues away from this country are attracting the bigger players, and that's.
But I feel like
the best players in the world right now. You know, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Usman Dembele. None of them want to play in England right now.
I know, but at the end of the day, that's because they're going to pick up more silverware if they play in a league like Ligue 1 or La Liga than if they come over to the Prem. That you're looking at it and you go, what team do I pick? Who do I go
unless you go to Man City or Liverpool, you're not getting consistent silverware.
Because Usman Dembele, he's not going to leave PSG because he's winning 3 trophies a season for the rest of his time. Yeah. Whereas Prem teams can't offer the same amount as what PSG can because it's one big club with loads of money in a league winning everything. But that club itself is rich because it just wins all the time. It just wins everything all the time.
But the clubs that you've seen winning stuff in England are no longer winning stuff. Like Man U are literally 17th because
we've won two titles in 2 years. We're just shit in the league, but we still win trophies. We've got
because the players aren't good enough, and I'm sorry, but the players you've got are not good enough.
We've got
the way big club and the money that is spent on those players 10 years ago, they would not be in the Premier League. Full stop.
No, I've had to agree, but I think the problem at United is more than the players. I think the whole club as a whole is still like fantasizing over Fergie.
Yeah, that was a massive problem, though. I think
that doesn't justify the amount of money they've spent on these players.
Oh, which is the other problem. Like, I think you've got a problem at the bottom end, which is the players, and you've got a problem at the top end, which is like the management, but not like the manager coach level.
It's as if they care that like they don't care at all to the point where if you just go to them and go, oh, we want this player, they'll just get you the player. No matter the cost, they'll just go, yeah, you can have him. You can have it. Like, they don't actually care much.
They had poor negotiating as well, and we've got like the negotiators of a fucking year 2 kid who's after a bunch of crayons from a corporation that's trying to upsell. Like, it's like, can we have this player in June, please? We'll give you 40 million for him. And then you end up in August paying 90 million euros and it's Anthony. Like, that's literally what happened. We tried to get it done in June and he's like, nah. And then
I would say that's why the Premier League's going down in quality, but we're talking about Anthony, so that's like...
the man tears La Liga apart.
I think the Premier League at the minute has got a problem of a lot of teams are buying players that they either they don't need or just are not good enough.
I do think that most clubs have world-class or almost world-class players, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you go through each club, you could name... Like, Bournemouth, both of their wing-backs are world-class. Like, you can't argue that. They're 2 of the best in the world.
But I don't think there's enough through every team for
No, I
league
have
to
to
be as
agree
good
with
as
you.
it is.
I feel like a lot of teams go into transfer windows expecting to get. It's like Liverpool now. They're going in. Oh, we're going to get Frimpong. We're going to get these players, and then it comes to the actual transfer window. They're all sold to the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. So Prem teams are now picking up people that no one else wants, and it gets to it, and they're just shit. Like
Because the
they
big
are
players are getting attracted to other leagues.
just because of the money. To be honest, it all comes down to that though. The money, because if you go to La Liga, you've got obviously Real Madrid. I won't say Barca because they're in a bit of finance, but if you want to go La Liga, you go to Real Madrid because they can just shove you with £1 billion contracts. That it's easy for them. Whereas
they
Prem,
don't spend money on players
give
anymore.
them one. Yeah,
But
yeah.
they just whack them on massive contracts.
Yeah. Whereas in the Prem, you can't whack someone on that sort of wage sort of thing.
It's like the only person who's been close to, I think, Ronaldo, De Bruyne, and what's his face, Haaland are have been on massive contracts, and De Gea.
I'm gonna be honest though, like I watch Haaland play and he's not good. Like you stick.
And this is my point.
Yeah. No,
He's play it in the Premier League, and you're sat there saying he's not that good.
No, but if you stuck, let's say, Harry Kane at striker for City for the entire time Haaland's been there, he will score more goals.
That's
Because
what I
not only will he do everything Haaland does, poach, score tap-ins, score headers, volleys, whatever, he can also make his own chances. That is something Haaland just...
He's not been able to do
I know what
since
it
he
is.
left Dortmund. Like he was doing it at
He
Dortmund.
can do it. He can dribble. He's got pace. It's just like Pep's turned around and gone to him. We've seen the player you are, but we're going to make you something that you're not. And it's like, it's just... Obviously still scored like 20 goals in this season. We call that a shit season. But it's not particularly good. Like the way he plays isn't good, and it looks worse. Like City look better when they've got like Marmoush on the pitch.
Yeah,
they look like a better
that is my
team.
point. Haaland is meant to be the best, if not one of the best players in the league, and we're now sat here having a debate on why he's not that good.
He'd work better at Madrid.
Yeah, he probably would.
They need a
But is that particularly because the Premier League is bad, or because La Liga is easier?
If we look at La Liga though, Man United have smashed 4th place La Liga 7-1 on aggregate.
Yeah.
we destroyed Real Sociedad as well. Like,
and they're clinging on to 17th.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, would Man United go to La Liga and be doing better? Are we doing? I know we've been playing poorly, and we've got players who can't play 5-yard passes.
Oh no! Well, if you put Man United in the Liga, they're doing better than 17.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, let's look at Valencia. They were in the relegation zone for don't know even how long. They're now 9th.
I still don't think United would get near winning the league, though.
I'm not saying near winning the league.
No. I'm not saying winning, but they'd get top 5.
I could imagine us getting Europe.
Yeah.
Which is not. I just think that's what I'm trying to.
Would you have the chance at Champions League football next season if we stuck you in the Liga, or would you be better off playing at 17th with a Europa League final to look forward to?
Well, Europa League final's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, at least you can't say we've had a boring season.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what we do next season. I'm hoping we can turn it around because I trust Amarin. But it depends. I think. You say about transfer windows. I think we had a good transfer window this year. Like, we needed to bring in more players in January, but if you look at the players we brought in this year, we've brought in De Ligt, who's been good. Mazraoui's been good. Iguate's been good. Xerxes started to be good, and then
no, Xerxes shit.
No, Xerxes not shit though. He before he got injured.
George.
He started balling.
I believe you're 16th.
He's better than Darwizzy.
Hey, I've got a great little thing here. Would we like to move on to my keep bench cell?
We've got at least 20 minutes. How are we feeling about the playoffs?
The referees are so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take the mick, but how can a linesman that is his profession? He is a professional linesman in a professional game of football, in a big game for the clubs involved. Miss an offside that is offside by about 3 yards.
I've got a comment on this because I've watched the clip back a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, he is offside, but it is possible that the linesman thought that the player got a header to it. The opposition player got a head to it, and he wasn't offside when the ball was played. Is my only thing.
I know, but then the referee and the linesman, as professional officials, should be having that conversation. The ref should be telling him if it's come off the Leyton Orient head or the Stockport head, and then that is an easier way to solve that than just nothing at all. Yeah,
but it didn't. It did hit.
I personally think it did come off the Leyton Orient player's head.
No, it did. After watching it back a lot, it did come off it, but the linesman might have thought it didn't, and that's maybe why he hasn't called it.
But that's no excuse. That is still awful. It
is shocking.
Should not be happening in the professional game of football.
Similarly, the Notts County red card.
I think it's a red card.
The ref, no, hang on. The ref is too close to that to think that's a red card. He's too close because he didn't touch him. I get it. He's gone in. It's gone in like that.
You cannot get angry. Go off the floor with 2 feet stood showing and expect to not get a red card. It's dangerous. What people don't understand nowadays is you don't need to not touch the player for it to be a red card. If it's dangerous and it could have injured, full stop, it's a red card.
It's about discouraging that kind of play.
Exactly. It's a red card.
A few of my people at college had bets on the game, so I took their side.
Both of the teams that I want to go up in the championship are not doing well. Bristol just didn't turn up. Coventry are still playing like it's the Blitz, and Sunderland haven't been doing good recently. Coventry, just turn up, man. You were at home.
Have you seen the goals?
Would you rather
Coventry have just gifted them the goals?
Yeah, would you? I'd rather Sunderland go up there.
Oh yeah, Sunderland will be the best team to go up.
I think it's fun. Yeah, I think if they go up, Sunderland will have the best chance of staying up. But who do they replace next season? If they were to stay up, who goes down?
It depends on how West Ham, Wolves, and Everton do.
I don't think Everton go down. Not with David Moyes. I don't think they go down.
I don't think so either. But they might go. Do you know what? I don't think this David Moyes is going to work out for us long term. Let's try to go for somebody else, and it just fails. Like what West Ham's done.
Again with that. I know Leeds have confirmed that they're keeping Daniel Farke, but I'm still a big believer that was the wrong position.
I think if they lose their first 3 games, you sack him.
Yeah, but I don't think as a newly promoted team you can afford to take that chance.
No,
you can afford to.
You physically cannot sack a manager after winning your promotion, though, especially not winning a league.
Oh yes, you can.
But you can, especially when he's got the appalling Premier League record with Norwich.
He only got like £9 million though.
It's so bad. It is really bad, though.
They gave it. If Leeds give him money, then maybe he can do it because he got like £9 million for Norwich.
Yeah, but if I'm a CEO of a football club and because he does really well in Championship, so I get the appointment. But he wins the Championship, I am sacking him and getting someone better.
I think if they did that, it'd be disgusting. You cannot sack a manager after winning the league. You have to give them the chance.
Didn't Norwich do it?
Not in a time like this. I don't think in a time where we've now got 3 Championship clubs going straight back down. I don't think you can afford to do that. But yeah, I get it. You know, he's won them the league. He's done that, but
should have got Jose.
I just think you want to find someone else that's going to give you a chance, because I don't think they've got a chance if they keep him. To be honest, I might be proven wrong, but yeah. I don't see it.
I'm really glad that Jamie Vardy thing turned out to just be his agent trying to get money, because that wouldn't have worked. They need to bring in a striker, they need a goalkeeper, and they need just to reinforce all the positions that they can. Bring in James Milner on a free.
I think so.
Go for I think they should go to see who's done well in places like the Bundesliga this season. Like, try to get your hands on something like a Guirassy last season, where he was like, "Yeah, I'm free. You can just come and get me for like 12 quid." Just go for somebody like that, you know, because it's better than just going, "Do you know what? I'm gonna buy Cameron Archer." Like, that's not gonna work, mate. Let me just get Berreton Diaz. He'll turn up.
How long of a contract did Daniel Farke sign at Leeds?
It's probably like a 2 or 3 year one. They don't do long for managers, do they?
So, what you pay to sack him could be another player in the door. So.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you've got a manager
so what you're saying is sack him, but then give the next manager less of a chance to do it as well, because you're going to spend money out of the budget by sacking a manager that's
got the league. No, but they've got good players. I just don't think Daniel Farke is the right manager for those players in the Premier League. I don't see it, because Norwich had good players. They went up and came back down consecutively.
Did they have Premier League quality players, and did they have the money to back him? No, they didn't.
They had no money.
No.
Delia Smith was not cooking, ironically.
I suppose, but I don't think you can. I still just don't think you can back a manager that got a team promoted from Championship consecutively and then got them relegated from the Premier League consecutively. I don't think you can take the chance, but that's just how I see it.
It's so different when you get backed with like £0.
Yeah, they've got
in the game today. The reason he failed so much is because there's so much money in the game, and that's that. If you got to be backed, and that's what he needs. He deserves the chance to get back because he's won them promotion.
They need to put money into the club, but I understand if like Leeds are hesitant to, because last time they put a shit ton of money into the club, they ended up in League One. Like,
but the problem is again, you've got to have, in order to back a manager that much, you've got to have full confidence that he can keep you up. Because if they start splurging loads of money in Daniel Farke's players, and that's the big one, his players, and they get to, I don't know, November and they haven't won a game, they're in trouble. Because they've spent all the money, so they get a new manager, they get to Christmas, because obviously you wait, don't you? You wait till Christmas, get a new manager in. Where's the money going to come from for him? Now he's got Daniel Farke's players.
But where's the money going to come from for the new manager if you sack him now?
Well, they've got the money. They've got money. If they get promoted, which they have, they've won the league. That's money. Get a new manager in, then you've got some funds. You can back him.
Spend so much of that by paying him off.
Yeah, but
you've got to understand the circumstances.
It's
a two-way street.
It's more how that manager's going to be spending the money than how much money they've got, if you understand. Like, If Daniel Farker spends all of that money with even the extra money from the thing, and then they buy poor players who don't fit the system and just doesn't work, then that's going to be worth less than having less money but buying players that fit your new system that you're bringing into the club for the Premier League.
I think it's very unfair how people are talking about Daniel Farke. Understanding circumstances and football and not being backed when you're getting promoted time after time from the Championship, you're going to go down.
If it helps, people are talking about that with Scott Parker as well.
Yeah.
And Scott Parker's proven even with money you can't do it. So
I just think
is he Scott Parker or is he Daniel Farke? Is he a completely different manager with a different club with
in a Leeds
different
position? I'd understand getting rid of him. I would, because you've got if you've got any doubt that manager will not keep you up, right? Given his past record, well, you've got to take into account that. I know he didn't have much money. You've got to take into account that he got them promoted with that team, and then didn't do well at all.
Because they're top.
No, I get it. No, I get it. But if you've got any doubt, are you going to splurge money on them players for him, and then get to Christmas and sack him anyway?
Are you going to have doubt when he's won you 102 points in a league season?
But then you look at this. It's a difficult one, really, for me. It's difficult.
How long do you think Scott Parker's going to last this season?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's better than his last time. Do you think he takes another 9-0 loss this year?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those ones where it's like, our defence was good here.
But you know what the problem with Burnley is, and here's where I give Daniel Farke's credit. Leeds play exciting football.
Yeah.
You know, their football is nice to watch. They've scored loads. Burnley's problem is they are so good at keeping the ball out the net. They can't put it in. They cannot score.
It's not an excuse though, because Leeds have only conceded like 30 this season. They've
I know.
been really good defensively.
I think Burnley have been. I will say they've been sort of lucky that they've got they've got a very, very good keeper and a good back line.
He's on the way out, isn't he? From what I read.
I don't know if they lose him, they're fucked. They are absolutely fucked. He's been incredible.
And you think as well, Leeds, most of their goals conceded have been.
Well, imagine he goes to Leeds.
It's farewell.
Imagine if he goes to Leeds.
That'd be great.
That'd be class. That'd be exactly what Leeds need.
Yeah, because they've got their goalkeeper. They've only lost games like 1-0 as well, Leeds. They've just dropped when they've dropped points from him. It's just been because he's crap and it leads to a draw.
He is terrible.
Burnley's number 1 has broken championship records. Through ranks, become third choice keeper for Thomas Tuchel. Where's the thing saying? I hate it when they write articles like this, and it's like Burnley brace. Yeah, so they're Chelsea and Newcastle are looking to get him.
Oh, not Chelsea. Yeah.
They need a goalkeeper, even though they've got so many goalkeepers. They need a new one.
I think that Pepovic is quite good.
Yeah, but he's the one who's at. Is he the one who's at Stuttgart? Not Stuttgart. The other one's Strasbourg.
I couldn't really tell you, but he's really good. Give him a couple of seasons, he'll be the number 1.
I think Kepa's improved a lot. Where do you see Kepa going?
It's one of those ones where we say he's improved a lot, but he's still like the most expensive goalkeeper of all time, and he's nowhere near the level he should be. It'll be.
Or is that teams overpaying for another player again?
Yeah.
But this is the problem though, with teams doing it's a lot of it.
You can't put teams overpaying for players at the fault of the player.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like when teams put these like Kepa, they're the most expensive goalkeeper, but he's not the best keeper in the world, and that's his problem now. He's got that title of the world's most expensive goalkeeper, and he's playing for Bournemouth at the minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
but
problem.
playing very well.
No, I get that, but it's a problem for him because now he's got that title, and teams don't really want the world's most expensive goalkeeper because they just see it as an expensive option. But
I just don't. I don't.
It's not his fault.
It's not his
that
fault.
much.
It's not his fault. It's that, but that's what Chelsea have done to a lot of players. They've overspent. They've overspent loads, and these players can't find good teams to go to, even though they deserve them.
Yeah.
Because they've got this massive transfer tag behind them, and it's going to follow them throughout their career now because they've gone for it once. So teams look elsewhere because, teams have got to make money back. Do you know what I mean? So even if he's not that good, he's going to go for more than he should be because they've got to make some money back on him. But yeah, that's not his fault. That's some awful business.
Yeah, but how long will he have in his contract at Chelsea now? He could just go on a free at some point, or
on a free as well. But it's where he ends up because you never know where he's going to end up. He might end up playing like Lons in France or like Parma or something.
Get him under Will Stowe football.
Yeah, you just don't know.
No. But yeah, that is the problem. It's like let's go the first season Moises Caicedo at Chelsea. He had this huge price tag behind him, and I thought he is a good player, and he's showing it now.
Yeah,
but I think that first season, that him going for that much weighed him down a lot. I think he felt the pressure there because the fans expected a lot more than what he was. Which again is a problem because it ruins the player.
Yeah, it does.
If you're not worth that, you've got to try be worth that.
Kepa's 30 at the moment.
Shit, I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
His contract must be. Did they redo his contract? Because that's crazy.
I can't remember.
Because he joined in 2018.
Check transfer market.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Profile. I don't know.
Oh shit, wrong one.
The contract expires in 2026, so next summer he's out of contract. So either they sell him now, or.
But if they're going to sell him now because they want him gone to make at least some back, it's not going to be expensive.
No, and it's pure.
So
profit
losing
as well,
for free, and then that is losing everything.
They'll try to sell him this summer so that they get pure profit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's not going to be for exactly even near what he was. But before it'll be someone makes an offer for him. Yeah, you can go.
Yeah. They'll end up going.
And think about it. Goalkeepers go for a long time. Goalkeepers.
He's still got another 4
go into
to 6
40s.
years.
Goalkeepers can go into the 40s. Like, so I wouldn't say he's nearing the end of his career. A normal player gets into his 30s and you're like, oh, he could be nearing the end of his career. For goalkeepers, it's not the same.
Yeah, but
no disrespect, right? But you don't run about a lot.
No, Pepe Reina's still going. I don't know if you saw that.
I can't believe Pepe Reina's still going.
Is it?
Pepe Reina's like Valladolid or someone, isn't he?
Yeah, 42 years old.
Did he go to Como? Yeah, he's at Como.
He's
played a lot of matches this season.
Yeah, he's still going strong.
Emmanuel Rie.
The old beach ball incident.
Oh yeah, good old man. Barcelona. He's played 30 games for Barcelona. Do you know where else he's played, Harry?
Where?
He's played at Lazio. Oh, I forgot he was at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
I feel like being in goals difficult in its own sort of categories though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like it's.
You can go longer. You don't
different.
you don't run about as much, but there's different things.
You can just eat a few more kebabs, and that's it. That's that.
Yeah.
Or pies,
Yeah.
like that guy from Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot more of a mental game than anything, because you make one mistake and it's a goal. Whereas if you're like a centre back, a midfielder, or a striker, you can make as many mistakes as you want. Really, you've always got someone behind.
At least you can go home and have a kebab.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a lot of kebabs. I like to keep myself physically fit, as you can tell when I'm scanning a pack of ball and biscuits while doing a podcast. Thank you.
No, Ryan, that's not your laugh.
Ryan.
Yo.
Give us your three.
Right. I got a scenario for this week because I needed to think of a different one because I'm sick of just doing players. So, you need a goal to win the Champions League final with, let's go with Barnsley, okay? So Barnsley have somehow climbed the ranks. You need a goal, it's a 1v1, yeah? 1v1 situation. Nicholas Jackson, Darwizzy or Jacob Murphy. And if you get the Jacob Murphy one, I'd love that.
Just shoot the ball!
Just put it in the net!
Bingo.
Now, my question is, what are those three doing in a Champions League final?
I don't know, but they're absolutely exactly. I was going to put Kai Havertz down, but I couldn't. I just couldn't because he did it.
I think I'd have Nicholas Jackson
with his legendary hat trick against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
The worst 3 goals of all time. They were
watching
awful.
that, and I just felt really bad for Tottenham because Tottenham were down to 9 men and were playing really well, and they just got unlucky 3 times, and it was. Oh.
That was like really depressing though, because they had 9 men, but Ange Postecoglou, I don't know what he was smoking that day, but he just told them to just keep playing, pal. Just keep playing.
I respect it. If they dug in deep, and that was against Man City would have put out a thing being like, they just didn't want to play football. We just like they didn't even want to be there.
Can you imagine if Tottenham got a result from that day?
Chelsea would never be let. He would never have been. I think he is a legend for that though.
Yeah.
And he's not just done it once. He's done it multiple times. Whenever they go like a 1-man down, he'll just. Because what's the point in sitting back? To be fair, you might as well have a go at getting a result. You're either going to lose or you win.
Yeah. I just want to say quickly before I forget, my answer is definitely Nicholas Jackson.
Okay. Well,
Nicholas
because he's the only one.
Jackson.
Yeah, he is the only one that could possibly score a 1v1. Yeah. So fair point. The question is, who are you benching and who are you selling?
Oh, I'm benching Jacob Murphy.
Nicholas Jackson is injured. Who you got to play now? Pretty much.
So for me, if I'm going to line it up, Jackson, Murphy, Darwin.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, I've done Jackson, Darwizzy, Murphy because I can't put Jacob Murphy in the team when he's literally his most famous act as a Newcastle player is
he got like a,
just put it in the net.
I'm pretty sure it's Jacob Murphy. He got like a 8.0 in his recent game the other day.
No, yeah, he's doing really well, but it was yeah.
We were saying about quality of players. Both Bruno and the Newcastle have 3 world-class players.
Mm.
They have 3 world-class players, and they've got.
They do too.
Yeah, and then they've got
Dan Burn, Pope, and Matt Target. I'd go not Matt Target, the other one.
Longstaff.
If he still plays there. Yeah, Longstaff. That's the one. That is actually who I was thinking of. Surprisingly.
I want to ask you both who you think will win each each one of the European finals.
Ooh.
Okay,
Well-
I know it's going to be Chelsea, but I want Betis to win.
I'm going to go Betis because I hate Chelsea.
I'm going to go Betis, Tottenham, and PSG.
Betis United, PSG.
Betis, Tottenham because fuck United and Tottenham can finally open that lovely trophy cabinet after Harry Redknapp. And
It wasn't Harry Redknapp, it was somebody else. I think Harry Redknapp. No, it was. Oh, I can't remember who it was. It's just some guy who I can't even remember.
Unlucky
the
Ryan.
Audi Cup doesn't count. Huh?
I said unlucky Ryan.
Yeah, thanks. I really thought I had that. But anyway, PSG as well. Who was it, George? Go on.
It's not Jonathan Woodgate. He was the man of the match.
He counts.
Oh, where is he? Juan de Ramos.
What did he win?
Pardon?
What did he win?
League Cup.
Oh, that don't fucking count.
Hey,
I'm
George.
That's the last trophy that they won.
It don't fucking count. It don't count.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
I want. What was the answer to your question earlier?
Oh! Okay, any guesses at all to who it was?
I'm gonna guess Leeds for the fun of it.
Okay, Harry, give us a guess.
I wouldn't go United again, if that helps.
Everton.
No, it was Huddersfield.
What?
Huddersfield. They've only ever won 3 leagues and they won it 3 in a row. And then just decided, that's it, we're never winning again. So yeah, that's Huddersfield did it. Oh my god.
Fair thought.
Yeah. When have they've not won the last non-league cup trophy, by the way, Ryan, was 91. No, I've read that wrong. The 1991 FA Cup final for Tottenham, because they've won the League Cup twice.
And who was the manager, George?
Who was the manager? Wait, oh my god, I've got 91 FA Cup final. Any guesses for the manager? Can you name?
No.
I know. I could tell you that the referee was Roger Milford from Somerset.
Oh, I know him.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Terry Venables. Yeah. It was Terry Venables.
Didn't he kill a kid? Like,
did Terry Venables kill a kid?
Didn't he kill a kid, kidnap him from a shopping?
No, that's John Venables. That's John
Oh,
Venables.
Shit. And Harry's got the checkered flag.
That's more than Lando Norris this year.
I don't know where that nail's gone.
Well, it will probably. Don't sit on it like I did last time.
Don't sit on it. Sell it.
It was painful. I'd gone the entire time, right? I pretty much slept the entire night, and then I go to put my hand down, and that's when I get nicked by it.
Man.
That's a class
quite
background.
cool, actually. 1 second.
Yeah.
If you
That's
were
a good
to flip
background.
it and reverse it, it'd be quite a good background. With the black and white proper full on in our face, that's a good background. I support that.
Might have to do it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to cover before we finish up?
Not that I know.
Did you know, guys, that if you translate Lukaku's name into English, it directly translates to the shit?
I have got my fingers on the stop recording button just in case. Word of the day! Word of the day! My word of the day is... ludonarrative dissonance. My word of the day is ludonarrative dissonance.
I can't even spell that, George.
No, me neither, but I'm going to have a go in the comments.
I learned about it in my games design class. There we go. That is.
Hey, George, you know what question the viewers really want to know? When are you next Twitch streaming?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Let's plug your Twitch. Plug your Twitch, George.
ZPeaver_live. Z-E-A...
I'd like to put my...
ZEPEABUT_LIVE.
Can I plug my OnlyFans account?
Yeah, go on, Ryan. Go on, Ryan. Anyway, thanks for coming to the Route 1 podcast. We will see you guys in the next one. I got Div 2.